go.
I'm BroDash.
I'm Delakai, and today we have a special guest with us, the Doctor.
The doctor! Yay!
And
Okay.
BroDash, introduce the story-in-ship now. And then lead her to
Today,
start reading.
today we're reading Cheerlies Garden, an MLP grim that I'm sure most of you have read or not read or probably lived under a rock for. But further warning, we are gonna rip the fuck out of this, so stay warned. And stay tuned, folks. Anyway,
Without
let's
further ado,
start
Jesse,
shit.
Doctor, ignore what I just said. Doctor, start reading.
The entire theater complex was abuzz with voices of 100 excited ponies as Cheerily peeked out carefully from behind the curtains hiding the stage. She saw rows upon rows of ponies sitting in the stands or moving between them, talking to each other as they waited or tried to make one last trip to get some food and beverages before the show. She glanced quickly to the left and saw that the musicians had already set up in the orchestra pits in the front of the stage. They'd only be needed for a few scenes, but Cheerly was still glad to have them. Seeing such a big crowd gathered there to make her a bit nervous.
Nervous that I'm gonna kill ponies. Okay.
Even though
I cannot see Shirley as a villain. I'm sorry.
Neither can I.
It's just too obvious.
Exactly.
Neither can I, but anyway.
I could see
Even though this had all been her idea, almost all of the seats were taken, and Cheerily knew there were barely enough to accommodate the entire population of Ponyville. The show would be subjected to the scrutiny of a great many pony eyes indeed.
And no one knew she killed her entire class under the guise of a theater. God, people are stupid. Anyway, continue.
No, that's all I'm reading, remember? 2 paragraphs, I said.
Bro, start reading or I'm going to
Alright,
so hard.
Alright. My turn. She retreated behind the curtains, hoping nobody had seen her. She felt that it has been somewhat unprofessional. Everything seemed to be order as she suspected the stage for the last time. All the props and equipments were beautifully made, straight from the hooves of the masters. Shirley had only needed to tell him what she wanted. She provided it without any questions, even though certain items may seem unnecessary. After all, they didn't know what she had in mind for this night. Nobody fucking did, because there was idiots. While she did, she was quite sure some of her props would make a professional theater jealous. Well, that and Mr. Jizz himself. The stage was divided into sections, each denoting its supposed location. This way, they didn't need time or backstage ponies to change the clock each act, cutting down and cutting up on the time needed for scene changes and clean up the blood, probably. Shirley was a big fan of this system. We all know shit. There was one less thing she had to worry about. Yes, because murdering ponies is high priority. Anyway, she turned back and headed to the stage where her students were busy all getting dressed up. It was total chaos. Bits and pieces of costumes scattered on the floor like sprinkles on a cupcake.
Reference?
At the center of this mess are the Cutie Mark Crusaders.
Bullshit.
Yeah. It seems like, is it just me or the Crusaders seem to be trouble, quote unquote?
Yeah, well,
Shirley,
hold on. They're all trouble. As shit, when they're all together. But I'm gonna save that for the story of the Blanks video. Damn it.
As Shirley had come to expect. Is this just me or does this teacher have a vendetta against anyone that acts like a kid? Anyway.
No, I think that would be bad, but okay.
The fact no one had sprouted a making trouble Cutie Mark could yet surprise her more each and every day. When he's a teacher, why?
And I'm actually really curious what a making trouble Cutie Mark would be like.
It's like a 4chan. Alright, want me to continue reading?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, that's my helmet, Scootaloo told Sweetbill accusingly. Yours is way over there. No, it sure isn't, she eyed the knightly helmet off of her head and held it out for Scootaloo to inspect. This one has a hole in it for my horn. See? Are you sure it ain't my helmet? Out Blue she scratched her head. The King wears a crown. Or two snaps back.
Okay,
Shirley at her other. It's funny because I can actually picture this. Glance at her other student, Silver Spoon and Diamond. I hate those show, but that's personal.
So do I, but whatever.
They were one of the first to get murdered after Scoodloo anyway. So.
Spoilers. Mild spoilers there, folks.
I don't really give a damn.
I don't give a damn. Scene to progress.
I'll read the next one.
Wait, are you reading too?
No, I'll read the next few paragraphs.
Whenever you get done with yours.
Due to how they constantly flourish and admire each other after every article calling they put on. Well, they are kind of valley girls in a way.
They're pricks. They're huge pricks.
Yeah.
Pricks.
And after every single brush of their mane, Snips was to a great surprise ready and waiting. Well, that's all he could do, and breathing. Yeah. So the fact that Snells is backstage on tech duty, oh dear God. I couldn't film with that. Because, let's face it, Snips and Snells are idiots.
Right.
Yeah.
They fail for tricksy shit, so, whatever.
Yeah, if you've seen Equestria Girls, they're pretty much the same thing. Anyway, on tech duty might have something to do with that, she mused. Sure, it may come with that, make it in on time. As she had great foresight to start them off much earlier in any pony. Though I'm wondering if they wondered why they prepared all this anyway.
Even though I was supposed to read that paragraph.
I'll read up to after this is all over. Or whatever. But if that's necessary, she had come to know this little group throughout the months and she was prepared for almost anything. Nothing could possibly go wrong today. Sorry, I just pictured Derpy saying she had put too much planning and work into it to see it well now. I could just picture her rubbing her hooves together maniacally. Yeah. Like I said, folks, I'm going to be ripping the fuck out of this story. She saw and she envisioned the peace, quiet, and tranquility in her life she'll feel when all this is over.
All right, students. She chimed.
Sorry.
She chimed. Let me just run you through the steps one last time. Oh my God, this is going to be late. Oh my God. There was much groaning to be heard across the room, but Cheerly wasn't taking any chances with this bunch. If you still have a part to play, but aren't needed on set, come back here. If your role is all played out, exit the stage and go to the other side.
Played out. Meaning if you're not a corpse, then you're pretty much part. Anyway.
Yeah. You'll be able to watch the rest of the play from there. That is, if you didn't see it enough already. She paused for a moment to ascertain every...
By that point. Sorry.
No, it's okay.
I'm serious. It's like, Jesus, this story, I'm sorry, continue on.
Okay. To ascertain every pony was still listening, and they all nodded. If you forget your lines, just improvise or pick up from the point in the script you do recall. If the pony you're playing skips some of your lines... If the pony you're playing with skips some of your... Oh my God. Don't try to correct them. Remember, we may notice if some pony doesn't follow the script, but the audience won't as long as you keep the dialogue flowing. The fillies and Snips nodded again, and Cheerly smiled at them. Good. Now get ready. I have to see the opening of the show, so be ready and on set in no more than 10 minutes.
While I go sharpen my blade, thank you.
Flex.
More like I sharpen my blade. No, I'm serious. Who puts Shirley as a villain? Seriously, folks.
I know.
Really? That's like putting Big Mac as a villain in Sweet Apple Massacre, to which a story we will do sometime in the future. And trust me, I'm going to be ripping the fuck out of that like a virgin Catholic. Anyway.
God damn it.
She walked away as the young ponies got back to it, and Cheerly thought they seemed to quarrel and delay slightly less this time, though that was probably just her imagination.
Right.
Go ahead.
Alright. I'll read up to. Let's see. I'll stop. I'll stop when I'm done. Okay. The last one she had to check up on was Snells, whom she put backstage due to his absolute inability to do the most basic of acting. That's Snells for you. All you have to ever do is listen for certain cues and carry out one specific act. Yeah, don't fuck up.
Action, sir.
Pacific action. Yeah, thank you.
dumb bitch.
Shade even written down on a list because I'm surprised he can read. All those easily enough for
Derpy is better than he is. So
easy enough to follow even for him. Up to this point, he done okay during the practices, but you never knew. Well, it snows for you. Him
I
and
wonder
his
if there's like a
couple-
dumb Earth pony. Like there's a weird Pegasus, weird unicorn, but where's the weird Earth pony?
That would be
You're
Apple Bloom. But bye. Anyway,
Up your
she was
ass around
to
the
see the
corner.
other ponies already gathered in the position when she got there. All of them sitting around a U-shaped table because no one can make a circle-shaped table for some reason. And which is pointed in the direction of the crowd. Appleton was dressed as someone of royal descent, to which is kind of daunting. Yes, everyone wants a southern king or some shit. A shining crown on her head and a regal mantle flowing from her shoulders. Oh, dear God, that image is weird. To her right were the remaining two cutie mark crusaders, both dressed in exaggerated versions of knightly armor because, well, yes, the plot demands it. Sweetie Bells was colored white as her own coat. Wow, real originality there, OP. While Screwless was a bright red. Honestly, I was kind of expecting orange.
Yeah.
Concerning this difference in color, Shelley wondered how they could possibly mistake each other's helmet for their own. Anyway, this is the Kingmaker Crusaders.
Yeah.
Go for it.
Ignorant fillies. Ignorant daredevil fillies.
Go for it, Doc.
They look. Wait. Yeah. They looked heroic as chivalrous compared to the two ponies, whatever, on the other side of the table, which was exactly the idea. Silver Spoon's costume was pitch black, while Diamond Tiara's was a deep purple. I cannot talk today. The style of their costumes was likewise different from the two knights. They both wore something more akin to the I don't even know.
Balls of winners.
Courtiers, I don't care how it's pronounced.
Courtier.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Courtiers dress.
Why don't
Like
y'all-
I said, you can pause anytime you want, and I can take over.
I know. Or a diplomat's gown than a warrior's armor. Mean looks were being exchanged all over the table, and Cheerly couldn't decide if they were genuinely trying to get in character, or if the natural animosity of the CMC towards the other two fillies was at work
Well,
here.
because they're the only other kids that they can make fun of. Because Snips and Snells make fun of themselves. But one thing that gets me is, like, why these three? It's like, they don't have their marks, yeah, but Jesus Christ. Don't you get bored of the same three people?
The only acting pony who wasn't on set yet was Snips. But then again, he wasn't even in the next scene.
If Snips is there, where the fuck is Snells? He's not even in the story, if I remember correctly.
No, he's
Yeah, he is. He
backstage.
was mentioned once.
Oh, I guess I didn't. See, that's how forgettable they are. Anyway.
I know. Cheerily walked over to the left side of the stage and held the curtain aside for herself. The leader of the orchestra immediately spotted her as she emerged next to him, and raised an eyebrow questioningly. She nodded at him and he nodded back, turning his attention towards the musicians, most of whom were friends or family of the actors. Cheerily slipped.
That's what gets me too. If the CMC's family is there, shouldn't their members of the family know that something is up? They find it odd. Yeah, they forgot that plot point. It's like, yeah, you forgot something.
Cheerily.
They're gonna.
Hey, hold on. Stop.
Gone.
We're heading up to 15 minutes. Just keep y'all on time.
Keep going.
Okay. Cheerily slipped back behind the curtains as she heard the first soft notes float through the air. By the time she was back in the center of the stage, the music had increased in volume and could be heard all throughout the theater, the conversation slowly dying down as every pony took to their seats. Cheerily looked up to see Snails. See? What did I tell you? Snails!
Like I said, nobody cares about
Second
Snips
time.
and Snails.
Second time.
Nobody cares about Snips or Snells. 'Cause, yeah, I know I don't.
Whatever. Thankfully, in the right spot between the stage light waving at her sheepishly. The ushers took their cue from the music, and slowly the lights in the theater hall died down. The pace of the music increased a feeling of anticipation and intensify until
Grammar error right there for that shit. Fuck
Yeah.
gays. That's fucking gays.
Fuck that shit. Anyway.
Suddenly, the curtain slid open a few feet, accompanied by the rolling of drums. I still don't get if this is inside or outside.
I think it's outside.
How is it outside if it's lights and all this shit?
You do realize they could set up lights outside, right?
I understand, but that would be completely redundant.
Okay,
Well,
anyway.
if it's at night, then that would be an exception. I assume this is all at night.
Mm-hmm.
Why would you murder people in broad daylight?
Exactly.
Go on,
Maybe
I'm sorry.
that's why no pony knew about it.
Anyway, where are you at?
Step forward past the curtains as snails turned on.
I get it. It's just supposed to be there.
You're in a circle of light as she moved. Despite the curtains being partially open, the darkness behind Cheerly revealed nothing to the audience. The music stopped and Cheerly's voice took over, ringing out her crystal clear throughout the enormous room. Room! It's inside! Due to the
Okay,
perfect...
so it is inside. Okay.
And then it mentions acoustic, so yeah.
Okay. That was my bad.
You're an asshole, by the way.
Fuck you.
Fuck you too.
See, you two are working out your problems.
But we're recording. No, the thing is, we're doing this shit while we're recording for a YouTube video, and
it's gold, man. It's gold right now.
Yeah, I plan on these videos being anywhere from 30 to 45 minutes long. Just saying, unless y'all disagree.
I won't really be here in 30 or 45 minutes. I'll be ready to go or something.
Oh, you could leave, whatever. Me and bro will take over this shit.
Yeah.
Like a
I'll
black
back
person
them up.
to their fried chicken.
Yeah. I need some chicken. I apologize for our African American viewer. He does not really mean that.
I really
Viewer.
don't give a shit.
It's like one. So you're saying one is watching it.
Fuck you guys. I'm awesome, okay? So.
Okay, bro, you can.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, it is great pride that my students and I, or probably just Shirley, because, yeah, and I welcome you to our very own play, To Kill a Crusader. I mean, something else. That's
The brutal murder.
No, we're not even a quarter of the way through this chapter yet, and we're ripping the shit out of it.
They all worked so hard on this over the past 2 months, and we will hope you enjoy it.
Stop, Cheerly. Just go ahead and say that you did all the work instead of trying to give them like fake glory and shit.
Oh my god.
Okay.
I skipped ahead.
And we hope you enjoy it as much as we enjoy bringing it. Of one thing I'm certain, this will be evening you won't soon forget.
Cliche.
Then how come every pony forgot about it?
Oh my god, you're right. That is that is a cliche. 4. I'm like, damn. Yeah, that's not ominous enough. This will be a night you never forget. Anyway, Shirley stopped. Despite herself, it was just kind of an opening. She thought every pony would expect. Was she certain that the last point would turn out to be true and more related to one? Considering you're killing off your cast members.
Yeah.
Is that a cliche or is that just bullshit?
That's bullshit.
Oh my
And
god.
I'm proud to introduce the Kill a Crusader, or Death of a Crusader.
Performed in Ponyville for the first time ever, killing the Crusaders.
Sly. Because that's, yeah. Music exploded again during her last words as she disappeared behind the curtains. Following onto the right side of the stage as it slid open behind her. I just pictured the going shh. Anyway. The music died down once again as the spotlight was turned off and the main stage lights turned on, slowly illuminating the scene. Shirley could hear the play starting. She went down a set of stairs underneath the stage. Okay. The size of the stage itself was impressive, but underneath it was simply amazing. Yes, you need more space when you kill something. And there's plenty of room to install all sorts of devices to which would make the members of SAW get a hard-on.
What the? What? Wait, hold on. So we're reading Cheerlies Garden, and you talk about getting a hard on. Shit.
My God.
I know.
What?
This shows why I'm only being a temporary person in the series.
The stage itself
Because
was.
I have to deal with these two faggots.
Thank you for the compliment, bitch.
No problem.
The stage itself was well and isolated. The point is to work down there without disturbing the actors on stage, to which I call bullshit on. Anyway, she once started banging a metal pipe against some of the iron sports during rehearsal. Nope, they can't hear me kill them. I'm good.
I'll read this next paragraph.
Students would. They hadn't. Well, no shit. That must have been good walls. Anyway, your move, Doc.
Oh, okay. She had made her way in between the beams, supporting the stage and the various props and the gadgets that raced down from the stage. Wonder what kind of props and gadgets.
Yeah.
Maybe a knife.
Yeah.
Bondage, dildos, grab-ons, vibrators.
No, instead it's Cheerlies Sex Garden.
Yes.
Oh, my.
And I saw
Anyway,
for the prompt corner. She finally arrived at the wooden steps, which took her to a level halfway between the stage and the area underneath it, so that only her head peeked up above the stage level. There's a new pedo bear. From there, she could watch the play from the same side as the audience, without actually being seen by the audience due to the way the prompt corner was built into the stage. From the audience's point of view, it was...
Sorry. That concerning that the audience will ever turn their head around to look at something. Yeah.
It just looked like a slightly raised box. Okay.
No, you're looking over there, so anyway, because plot demands it. Sorry.
During some plays, during some plays, a prompt would sit here to feed the actors their lines if they forgot them. How do you feed somebody words?
You hold up a think of that as a teleprompter.
No, I mean like if you actually feed them, like you take a pig, crumple it up in a spoon, and shove it in their mouth.
Don't think about it. Don't overthink about this picture. I mean, that's a pitch for this story.
That's gonna kill you.
Whatever.
Keep reading, faggot.
Yeah.
But the dialogue in this one wasn't overly complicated. That explains why snips can do something. And they had never rehearsed with the possibility of a prompt in mind.
You know what gets... Sorry, but I hate to interrupt you for a minute. Don't the students find it odd that she just springs a play out of nowhere?
Maybe.
Wait, where are you all at? Where are you all at? I'm freaking lost now.
We're at almost the end of this chapter.
Okay, continue, but I still find that odd. She just springs a play out of nowhere.
Yes,
Cheerly didn't think any of them would even realize she was there. She's an assassin.
More like, I think that Cheerly could go undercover as Molestia and go do so much shit, it's not even funny.
Oh my god.
Well, it's kind of funny because both Celestia and Shirley are both voiced by the same woman. Fun fact.
Wait, what?
They are.
Yeah, Oliver Wood.
Even I knew that.
I can't remember her woman's name. Anyway, continue.
Go.
She tried to pick up the thread of the play since she had obviously missed some of it on her way there. They seemed slightly further along than Cheerly had expected, but she didn't know if this was because of them rushing or leaving something out.
Because you gotta get to the good part really fast.
Or she had just been walking slower than she thought she had been. She shook her head. It didn't matter. This scene wasn't important to her. A grin spread across her face as she sat and watched and waited for a scene that was...
I could just seriously picture her rubbing her hooves together over it. It's like, yeah!
I know, same
hold
here.
on. I could see her laughing like Discord at this point.
Okay, bro, you can read.
Okay. Apple of Bloom slammed her hoof on the table as she dramatically looked first to the left of the table, then the right. All this is meaningless. We have to put the stop to this Reginald the Sly. I don't care who does it or in hell. She tried her best to suppress her accent, but like I said, all Southerners can't probably suppress their accents. She was most likely this one with the biggest grasp of the script. Apple Bloom is smarter than I thought. Sorry. Solely because sticking to her lines made her avoiding her accent easier, I guess, because if you improvise, your actual accent goes through. As soon as she drifted from them even a bit, it was all over, and the accent was back in full swing. It sounded very odd out of the mouth of a king, to be sure. What, she never heard an accent before? I mean, sure, they heard an accent before. But
I am the king!
But, my king, I maintain that violence is not the answer, Silverwood said. Yeah, but tormenting and bullying others that are weaker than you is a good idea. Anyway, Silverwood said, if you would just let your royal advisor and I work on a diplomatic solution, then I am sure that... No! The king cut her short. Do you think I know what goes on when I have my back turned? Oh, God, this... Ugh.
I could do Apple Bloom's voice.
The two of you will stay right here, Sir Lancelot the Brave. Ugh. Really? Really? They couldn't think of anything less cliche. I entrust this task to you. Find this villain and bring him back here, for my name is Batman. Batman. So he may face my judgment. I'm sorry, I can't take Apple Bloom as a king, seriously. So he may face my judgment, she declared, as she leaned forward over the table. The thing is, why do you make Apple Bloom a king when she's a girl?
I know.
So queen or princess would make more sense, but nope, the plot demands it. Like I said, folks, we were ripping the fuck out of this. Anyway, she declared as she leaned forward across the table, pointing her hoof at Scoob before banging on the table again.
Hey, I'm just keeping you out on time. We were running at about 30 minutes now.
Alright.
Lost.
You were at, just leave it to me.
Okay.
Just leave it to me. I'll bring him back kicking and screaming, Scoob said. That's pretty much in character for her. And she raised the hoof enthusiastically, completely ignoring all the scripts and lines she should be using. Well, they did say improvise. Well, considering a lot of scenes like that are improvised. Anyway, fortunately, it came down to pretty much the same thing, which is probably the only reason the Phillies couldn't hear Shirley grinding her teeth all the way on the stage. Apparently, she does not like student plays that much.
Then why did she arrange this? To cover up the murder?
Pretty much. Shirley grinding her teeth all the way on stage because she cannot handle students fluffing up lines that bad. Scooby got up from the table and bowed down before her king before taking a few steps away from the table and turning around. The lights went out for a show moment. And when they were turned back on, only Scooby was still on stage. Oh boy. The king's table was completely deserted. Wow, they moved fast. Unless lighting was focused on that area on the floor. I've been to plays and nobody works that fast. In addition to that, Scooby was now carrying a white lance around with her, holding it on one of her wings. Okay, that actually makes sense because I've seen ponies carry items I don't even know how they're carrying them. And they don't have like magic or wings.
AKA... Oh, wait, never mind. I thought you were talking about Pegasi, like Fluttershy opening her bag.
Oh, that actually is legit.
I know.
Anyway, she started walking across the stage, taking the roundabout routes, which I don't think would take that long, around some set props and pieces of decor. These are the wildlands. No, it looks like props to me. There is no doubt she can easily... So where could that Weasley original be? I heard he's sly as a fox. And true as that may be, he will never outwit the likes of me. God, this reads like a bad fanfic. Oh, right!
And and that last part literally sounds like something Trixie would say.
Yeah.
You never with the likes of me. Speaking thirstily, I don't even think that's a word.
No, not really.
Lancelot came to a part of a stage that quite obviously represented a mountain with a mine entrance leading into it. The backdrop of the decor served as a mountain, while the shadow mine entrance was more than a little building on stage. How big is this fucking stage? Jesus.
Probably as big as like a big college stage, like huge.
Oh yeah, I'm just trying to picture it. An expertly made. Yeah.
So much work.
Small hooded figure suddenly emerged on the scene wearing black robes. His face was hidden by the hood, but anyone could deduce it. It was Sniffs based on his height and simple process of elimination. like 3, 4, maybe 5 girls and 1 dude. Yeah.
That would be an awesome orgy, I'm just saying.
While considering the male to female ratio in this town is astronomically insane. Yeah.
More females.
Yeah, pretty much. It is a matriarchic society, so yeah. New arrival
Kind of like Girls Bravo.
something like that, yeah. The new arrival casually strolled down the same path Sir Lancelot was currently on, and wasn't where they crossed paths in front of the mine itself. They must run fast. Halt! By the order of the king. Sir, I scream. That's something I'd say if I flipped that line. Have come to put an end to Reginald the Slay. Are you he? What happened to are you him?
Good grammar. Goodest grammar ever.
Said louder than it was necessary even during a play. Oh no, noble knight. I am but a simple hermit living in the mountains yonder. Yeah. The robed figure replied as he motioned towards the mountains. Mountain hermit. Like that has been done before. Skulu scoffed at this and raised your chin. A little thing such as you indeed have been not much of a challenge. You know how small you are, Scoots? I'm sorry. Scoots is small. You look like you can hardly stand upright during the summer breeze. Ooh.
A gentle summer breeze.
A gentle summer breeze, thank you. Some quick, simple soul. If I wish to find this Reginald, where should I go? Ah, you are such indeed fortunate, Sir Knight. I'm surprised you know what fortunate means. The village you seek has his lair in this very cave. The robed pony motioned at the mine entrance with a nod of his head. I'm surprised he knows big words. And there? Are you sure about this? The knight asked as she peered outside. Of course. What I lost. Inside. And she peered inside. I'm sorry.
I'll read the next paragraph too.
Because no one has ever lied to somebody in life. I would not trust a robed figure. Anyway, you might want to leave your lance behind, though. Yeah, because I can jump you at any point. You can't defend yourself. Yeah. It's a lot of narrow passages down there. The filly threw the stranger a few scrutinizing glances and looked straight at the audience and shrugged. She placed her lance against the rocks outside and approached the entrance. I don't mind if I find him in there, but I'm coming back to kick your flank, Skulu said, again interrupting the script liberally. Hey, that works. As soon as she stepped into the darkness, Snips sprang into motion, pulled a rock away to reveal old-fashioned lever hidden there. Not like those unused to change the directions of a train track. What?
Okay, I'll read this part. Hey, it's a dead end in here. What are you playing at? Skittler's voice came echoing from inside the mine. Upon hearing this, Snips pulled the lever into a neutral position, and at once a metal gate slammed shut over the entrance to the mine. Skittle's helmed head reappeared in the light as she looked at the metal bars in front of her with fake astonishment, shaking them violently with her hooves. What is this trickery? Let me out of this instant, or the justice of King Golden Crown shall... Let me just say that these names...
are cliche as fuck.
No, they're perfect.
Golden Crown. Yeah. This person wasn't really trying.
Okay, or the justice of King Golden Crown shall come down upon your head. Be whoever you may. What?
What? Sorry.
No, he was No, but somebody was going to say something.
Come,
No,
come
no,
here,
wait,
my
wait.
loyal subjects.
Come here.
The hooded pony let out a diabolical laugh as
I
he.
honestly cannot picture that guy doing a laugh like that. I'm sorry.
No, neither can I. As he approached the metal gate, standing next.
Sorry, you know how retarded that would sound?
Very.
You've heard him laugh, and no, just no. Yeah.
Standing next to it as he addressed the knight, so that he may still be roughly facing the audience as well. Be whoever I may, why you're tricker than I thought. You're thicker than I thought.
Thicker than my penis.
Oh my god. You righteous fool. It is, of course, I, Reginald the Sloth.
Like
Snips
anyone
announced
else did,
as he drew back the hood to reveal himself. Did you think I would not expect one of you to come here eventually? Or that I would not recognize the great Sir Lancelot, bravest of all the knights of the realm, when she arrived upon my doorstep? Is it your courage that shall now be your undoing? He continued, followed by more laughter.
Oh.
Sir Lancelot shook the metal gate some more, and tried to lift it up, but she could not. You devil! You heathen! You dishonorable wretch! When I get out of here, it'll be off with your head! Reginald the Sly paused for a moment as he put both his hooves on the lever once more. Then it is fortunate, he said menacingly, that you will never get out of there, ever again. He pulled down... Dun, dun, dun. He pulled down, and suddenly a great rumbling could be heard throughout the theater as the orchestra kicked in with an impressive display of percussive instruments. Sir Lancelot, much like the audience, recoiled and looked around fearfully, taking a few steps backwards into the mine, thus disappearing out of sight. There was a loud crash as a cloud of smoke or dust erupted from the mine. Once it cleared out, the music died down, and the audience could see the entrance of the cave again, but the opening behind the metal gate was now blocked by what appeared to be a wall of stone and rubble. Snip simply took the lance and the knight, and had left behind between his teeth.
Apparently he forgot he was a unicorn at that point. Anyway.
Yeah. And walked off. No, wait, Snails is the unicorn, Snips is the earth pony.
No, I thought they were both unicorns.
No. Wait, yeah, no. They are. Never mind. Never mind. I was thinking, yeah. And walked off as the stage lights gradually died down and the curtains closed. The audience remained silent for a moment, surprised by the sudden development, but then suddenly started talking amongst themselves about the events of the play so far. The only one who seemed to have anything bad to say about it was BroDash, who thought it was pure folly to kill off the character of the most talented actor of the group so soon.
Apparently Dash doesn't go to a lot of plays. Anyway.
Cheerily left her spot in the prompt's corner and went back under the stage. She headed in the direction of the faint banging noise, towards the part directly under the mine. She couldn't help smiling at the thought of that everything she had worked for all these months was finally about to pay off, and memories of how it had all started involuntarily flooded.
Oh God, not a flashback.
Voluntarily flooded.
Hey, I'll start reading here if you want.
Okay.
And that's how Equestria was made. Cheerly concluded her little history lesson. She turned away from the blackboard to face the class, and was at once struck by how eerily unfamiliar the scene still felt. Ever since the board had decided to change up the groups and put her in charge of fillies and foals, who needed some...
Oh God!
No, let me...
She's in charge of the resource room. Oh God!
Who needed some extra attention. Now, if you'll buy me that shit, I guarantee you she goes...
Snips and Snails.
Shut the hell up. I'm talking, people. My extra attention. Let me give you my little explanation of that. I think it was dildos, bondage, rape, all that fun stuff. And then murder!
Yep, like I said, this is going to be on Cheerlies Garden.
Anyway, things have been taking a turn for the worst. She was used to seeing students off at the end of the year and welcoming new ones back in the beginning of the next. Of course. But despite that, getting a new group assigned to her out of the blue just didn't feel quite right. Especially not this group. Cheerleader thought as she gritted her teeth in pure frustration.
Then why the fuck did you become a teacher anyway if kids piss you off? Really?
Yeah.
Seriously.
Hey, look. I'll stop where it says seemed to be paying attention. It became at once clear that no familiar fool in the room had actually been listening to a word she said, as per usual.
That's kids for you. That's kids for you.
Instead, Sweetie Belle and Scootaloo were having a hushed conversation while Silver Spoon and Diamond Tiara seemed to be more inclined to admiring each other's jewelry instead of concentrating on the lesson at hand. In the back row, Snips and Snails were laughing at something that could only ever be amusing to the likes of them.
Kind of like me and Telecried a few times.
Right, but I've told you to fuck off.
That too.
A smile suddenly crept on the Cheerleader's face as she noticed that there was, in fact, one single filly who seemed to be paying attention.
So why kill her if she was still paying attention, or you just took a fucking package deal?
Go.
Oh, Apple Bloom, will you mind explaining the importance of the day-night cycle to your less attentive classmates? Shirley asked as cheerfully as she can manage. Ugh, that makes me sick. To her great surprise and even greater annoyance, Apple Bloom seemed to veer up at the mere mention of her name. Well, no shit. If you're going to say someone's name, they're going to, looking around the room somewhat panically, like a student usually does until they calls her name. Yeah, I suppose I can. Let's see here now. It's like just picture younger Applejack. You can think of Apple Bloom. Anyway, Apple Bloom said as she scratched her head, "Night and day are important because if they're only one or another, either Luna or Celestia would be very sad, even though that Celestia controlled the day and the night at a certain point." Anyway,
at one point, yes.
At one point, anyway. She's concluded with a smile, raising her hoof. "And that's right," gesture. Shirley gritted her teeth. What? That's bad? That's a bad answer? She's right. Gritted her teeth once again. Jesus Christ, this woman has a temper.
Yes.
Of course, the one filly who had been paying attention didn't understand a word she said. That probably would have accepted that, sir. At least you're trying. At least Shirley opened her mouth to formulate a chastising response. I don't know. At least you should try. Scoo suddenly interjected. "That's stupid! Really? Who could ever come up with a reason ridiculous as that?" She pointed a hoof towards Apple Bloom. "I don't see you coming with the better answer either. I bet you don't even know what you're talking about." Apple Bloom retorted just as loudly as she crossed her hooves in front of her chest. I could actually picture this. "Oh yeah? Why did I get a better grade on that last test then?" "Because you're special ed, Scoo." "We all know you cheated." "Did not, did to, did not, did so, did..." "Girls!" Shirley shuddered. "This is neither the time nor the place to hold such pointless debates. You're here to learn and pay attention." I just kind of picture her like a drill sergeant or some shit. Anyway. And all that goes for you. Yes, you too, Diamond Tiara. Don't look so surprised. Yeah. She paused for a moment to meet the goods of every filling and fall at every turn. But in turn. As they were fairly quiet for months. "I have thought the topic of today's class would be exceedingly interesting to young ponies. Apparently she doesn't know how kids' minds work.
No.
Because we get bored easily. Anyway, who like you all witnessed Princess Luna's return?" "No, that's Nightmare Moon's return, more likely." And the Crusaders were there before the Crusaders. Anyway, Princess Luna's return, a major historical event, yet it's never brought up ever again. A major historical event that shed so much light. Sorry. Light. Shed so much light on our country's history and origins. We don't really know about their origins or history, honestly.
Yeah.
She only gets so much. Anyway. "Oh yeah!" Apple Bloom chimed in. "You're stuck on the moon for 1,000 years, right?" And she's right. "The moon?" Snooloo scolded. "That's impossible. Not even Dash could fly that high." Snooloo does have a point.
Double rain boom. What about double rain boom, huh?
That's not canon. That's not canon, though. Not even Dash can fly that high. Besides, what would she eat for 1,000 years? The moon doesn't look exactly grassy for what I'm saying. Yeah, that's what I thought.
Moon cheese.
Yeah.
Jeez.
That's what I thought. I'm like, how the fuck is she survived for 1,000 years? And please, God,
And
don't.
she's an alicorn.
Well, I said magic, but it's implied magic. But yeah, at this, Apolloon remained uncarelessly silent as she pondered the question. She could just eat cheese, right? Moon's man, are they at stiff?
Exactly.
She getting this info. Screw rolled her eyes as she planted her hoof against her forehead. That's probably my reaction too. The moon is not made of cheese. Oh, it is. So, came more retreating voice from the two as Sweetie Belle moved her head close to the bear. I'm sorry, Apolloon, but I have to agree with Skulu here. Jesus Christ, where the fuck are they getting their info?
Scootabell.
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 Oh, okay. I'm sorry, Apolloon. Skulu here. The moon can't be made out of cheese. At this point, the fillies and foals have pretty much reverted to their own activities again, as Shirley's Flea bumped her head in the blackboard. I can just picture her just hitting her head like thonk, thonk, thonk. Softly bumping her head. Like I said, this woman has no patience whatsoever. Said softly bumping her head in the blackboard, completely at a loss about how in the hay she could get through these ponies. How do I reach these kids?
Killing them.
She stopped doing so as she heard Sweetie Belle's calm voice, well, except if she sings. And her ears rose up as she listened. Perhaps at least one of them made sense in her yet.
I gotta go, guys.
Alright.
See ya!
Anyway, Dell, you're welcome to join. You're welcome to stop me anytime.
Okay.
It can't be made out of cheese, Sweetie Belle stated confidently, because if it was, Lennon would have eaten a huge hole in it by now. Oh, dear God! Where the fuck are they getting their info? Seriously. Come on. Oh, yeah? Apolloon said, confidence on her eyes. I suppose that makes sense.
No!
No!
Hey, I'm reading here, motherfucker. No! Shirley screamed as she turned around. It does not. It does not make any sense at all. The moon isn't made out of cheese because, you know what? Forget it. Class dismissed. Y'all have the rest of the day out. Go! She pointed wildly at the door, not trusting herself to be able to keep calm in the company of these impossible.
Like I said, she has a temper on her. It's like,
She's
Jesus
freaking
Christ.
worse than Spitfire.
Yeah, she's like a drill sergeant.
She makes Spitfire look bad.
Yeah, I know, right? This is where the story gets a little odd. Yeah.
Yeah. These impossible foals and fillies. Oh, and if I read for too long, you want to read, you could stop me too.
Alright.
Foals
Just-
and fillies for even a what?
Just say when you want. Stop. Okay, go.
I'll stop reading whenever I want to stop.
Alright.
For even a moment longer, she thought she might start breaking things if this went on. All of the foals and fillies in the classroom quickly got up from their desk, nearly galloping for the door. What's up with her? Sudla asked as soon as they... I said asked. Damn it. Asked! As soon as they got out of the room, but when they were still well within earshot of Shirley. Did you do the apple moon parts if I come across them?
Hey, I don't even know. Apolloon says she shrugged.
They suddenly heard the tell sound of shattering glass coming from the classroom behind them. They both looked back over their shoulder, looked at each other, shrugged, and continued on their way. I guess you could start reading here.
Shirley paced up and down the length and width of her living room. Let's see. Pieces of splinter wood covered the floor. What, she like fucking throw something? Covered the wood, staring at where her table had been, trailing all the way in the kitchen. Jesus Christ, she's got short fuse. She's like, fuck this! Trailing all over the kitchen, we can just make out a rough outline once had been on the table's legs. Jesus Christ.
Damn.
Violent much. Shards of porcelain and hardened clay were sprinkled about, and the prices generally looked like a hurricane swept through her, too. Yeah, a hurricane, sure.
Let me just say that I think that with the beginning of the story, she was already kind of losing it, and with things that were going on, that it just kept driving her until she snapped, and what's coming up happened.
I guess, but still, if you didn't like kids, don't.
Why did you become a freaking teacher?
Yeah.
It's like
Because.
you're trying to justify murder.
Yeah, it's hard. I can't justify murder. I'm sorry, folks. I just can't.
No.
Shirley stopped pacing around for a moment so she can aim at few placed kicks on the remaining pieces of furniture in the room. Jesus Christ, bitch.
Damn.
You're gonna ruin your stuff. I'm like gonna make your furniture out of like steel or
Oh, shit.
I'm serious. Was peaky the well-placed kicks and the remaining pieces of furniture in the room. Why? Why can't I get these ponies to behave? Well, Miss Shirley, they're kids. You can't. Kids will probably never behave the way you want them to. Believe me, we were all kids once before. She screeched in frustration. At this, in fact, laid very center of the issue. Ever since she earned her cutie mark, to which I will never figure out what it means, I've been able to bring out the best in ponies. Wait, never mind. I'll get to that comment later. Best in ponies. Watch them blossom, watch them grow. Oh, I see what you did there with their mark. Yet here are a bunch of foalies and foals. She's been working on it for over 6 months, and she didn't learn anything. Not a single thing. Wow, really? Not a single? Nothing? Really? It ate at her confidence and kept her up at night. She really does have a lot to think about, doesn't she? She lived there twisting and turning, wondering if she's losing her edge, if she lost her gift. She spent countless hours at the library, Twilight Sparkle 10 and 2, under the guise looking for reading material that night. To which I wonder if Twilight ever found some of the reading material odd. But no, plot demands it. We tend to overlook some certain things. No, this did. When Twilight noticed she'd been looking mostly at books covered on the subject of cutie marks. Shirley had told her that she was interested in leaving in the concern 3 of her pupils. Take a fucking vacation, you dumb cunt!
You do understand that YouTube's gonna flag this video for swearing, right?
They could censor it too if wanted.
I'm
Anyway.
too lazy to do that, though.
The self-proclaimed cutie mark crusaders. People swear all the time anyway. But that wasn't true. The real reason, one question constantly in Shirley's mind, can a cutie mark be mistaken? I don't think so. Is it possible that I was never good at teaching as I thought I was? That I had simply easy foals and fillies to work with before. This woman don't like challenges, doesn't she? Or if a cutie mark is accurate at the times it manifests, can it grow inaccurate over time? I had no idea that could happen. These questions, and many more like it, pushed Shirley down into an all-encompassing field of depression. Jesus Christ, I thought Pinkamino was depressed.
I know.
She found her patience wearing increasingly thin and lost her faith in herself more and more. Take a vacation or get a new job. It became hard to get up in the morning and harder still to bring herself to return to class where she knew they'd be waiting to turn another day into a living hell. Wow.
Yeah.
I'm like, what? Why the you dumb cunt? Why would you want to teach you hate kids? Like I said before, I know I'm beating a dead horse, but Christ. I'm sorry. For the last few nights, she'd been lying awake at bed, staring at the ceiling, wondering if it'd be like just let it all go. At times like this, she would tilt her head to look at the glimmering steel of the knife she put in her nightstand. Oh, suicide. Fun! Just in case she ever found the brief moment occurred she needed to kill herself, probably. She needed to. Shirley walked over to the huge standing mirror in the corner of her living room, which surprisingly enough made an attack. Not long. She looked at the reflection of her cutie mark in the mirror. Those smiling faces seemed to laugh at her, mock at her, belittle her for ever having the audacity to think she was good at something, good at anything. No! Shirley yelled as she bucked her wings at the mirror. Her hood shattering into 1,000 pieces would join the mess on the floor. She's gonna have not like anything when she's done.
She's not gonna have a house.
Shirley's eyes touched slightly as she panted and stared out the window. I'm almost surprised she didn't like punch her window when she was at it.
I know, the window's right there.
It's her window in her wild, overgrown garden. Oh, look, that's where that name comes from. Normally, it'd be neatly trimmed and filled with beautiful flowers this time of year, but with an ever-increasing amount of depression, lethargy, not to mention all the trips to the library, she had not been able to garden as well as she liked. Weeds and vines choked the budding flowers she planted a long time ago, suffocating and slowly squeezing the life out of her growth. Why are we talking about gardens? Anyway, she stared first at the garden, then at her cutie mark, then at the garden once more. Suddenly it became clear to her. It all made sense. I didn't know you could get ideas from just looking at a messed up garden. It wasn't all she wasn't a good teacher. Oh no. She had a gift. A great gift. She always had it. She hadn't lost it at all. She would never lose it. Well, she lost her mind. But in her garden, her class was overgrown by the vines and weeds. Because apparently we're comparing kids to weeds. Weeds have been purged from it. Flowers ever be... You do realize... I wonder if she realizes that if you kill all your students, you're not going to have a class. Well, there's also one other thing. Where the fuck is, what's his name? Truffle, whatever? He's in that class too, isn't he? Where the fuck was he? And Twist. Where the fuck was Twist?
Is Twist the nerd-looking one?
Yeah, the one with the nerd-looking one. The orange, it's like, she's like orange hair and glasses. She speaks with the lisp.
Yeah.
Anyway, and then she realized that make a sorry. Flowers are ever blooming in, vines had to be cut down and pulled out root. And after all, she would take your responsibility as a teacher seriously. So yes, because killing people that piss you off is such a good idea. Serious, folks. It's like, oh, that guy makes me mad. Stab. She quietly sat staring out her window as night fell. Stars, moon barely illuminating the darkness for her to see. Okay. She thought about what she would do next, what she could do. She realized that the plans she was making were for the best. To who? Freddy Krueger? And for the best, would eventually save more lives than being ruined. I wonder if she realizes that some of those Crusaders are related to the main six. The main six are going to get suspicious. But some of the ponies, most notably the families of the weeds, identify and might not see it the same way. They want to be able to comprehend the truth of the matter, not in the way she did. Yes, being a bad student, you deserve death. Yes, that is such accurate logic. See what I mean by the story? The story really doesn't make sense if you think about it, folks. Anyway, she needed to be subtle. She needed to be crafty. Yeah, inside of her didn't want this. I'll go down quietly in the night. It happens at night. Absolutely. She deserved a show. She deserved spectacle. She wanted to show everyone in Pony, but once in a while, what a great teacher she was. Wow. It's conceited much. And to show them she could deal with any problem that comes during their failures and falls education. You can't even have a class to teach you. Even if the failure or fault in question was the problem. Yeah, there are other ways to deal with problems, surely. Killing him is not the answer. You're welcome to stop me anytime, bro.
I'm gonna stop you here in a minute.
Yeah, God.
Like after the next two short things, where she starts, when it says she started giggling as all her fears, I'm gonna start there.
Alright. Let me find my place again.
She struggled.
She struggled with these seemingly contradictory goals for a while, before receiving another empathy, another glorious idea. I know how to say that's insanity. I think, she whispered quietly in the dark, concerning the moon didn't show. She slowly grasped a knife from the nearby nightstand and held it up in the light. I think it's time for another school play. I'm just like picturing her holding up the knife and seeing a reflection in it. Sorry, me too. She's okay.
Actually, since we're running short, like we're actually almost at an hour, just read this bit, rip at it, and then we'll cut off the first part here.
Want me to read it up to like whose images have been captured on?
Wait, what?
The part that says whose images captured on it.
Yeah, go for it. The connection's fading out. I can't hear you. Say that again.
You want me to read up to the point that says whose images have been captured on it?
You see the three little stars down there?
Oh, what about it?
Just read. This is the last line you read, and for the first time in 6 months, Cheerly just couldn't stop smiling.
Okay, I can read that.
Just read to there that we're cutting it.
Right, she started giggling and all her fears, doubts, and other dark emotions burst forth into a vortex of madness that really Kamina led herself. She snatched a picture frame and from the desk asked her, picture contained images earlier that month. It was obligatory teacher with her class because it's the only class there. Photograph she made every year. She cut the frame and lit one of the candles in the room. You know, there was candles in the room in the first place. Surprised that she still had one that wasn't broken, considering you broke was fucking the house. As the flame illuminated the room, she carefully held the picture. The flames burned brighter, and she started to consume the picture, looking at the hoods of the fillers and foes whose images had been captured in it. And for the first time in 6 months, Shirley just couldn't stop smiling. I pictured kind of like a Joker kind of smile there.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Right.
But that's pretty much. We just gotten almost halfway, I guess.
And I guess we'll just sign off here. This has been the Zilla Cry and go.
And the BroDash, and we will see you shortly.
Rate, comment, subscribe, like, and all that fun shit. And, see ya.